Welcome into the New Orleans Saints podcast, presented by SeatGeek. You'll hear from players, coaches, broadcasters, and writers that cover the NFL on a daily basis. The New Orleans Saints podcast starts right now. Here's your host, Erin Summers.
Welcome into the New Orleans Saints podcast. I'm Erin Summers, along with our newest Saint, safety Justin Reid. Welcome to New Orleans again, I guess?
Yeah.
This is a homecoming for you. You said you couldn't put into words what it meant to come back here and play for the Saints, but can you try?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the mix of everything, you know, growing up just outside of Baton Rouge and growing up on the Saints and, you know, seeing the Super Bowl when you're just a young kid and how big that moment was for the entire city and like picturing yourself being out on the field, making plays, being a part of it. And then, you know, you end up, you know, going through your journey, college, starting a career, and then you get this opportunity laid in front of you. And it's something you haven't thought about in a while just because it's been so long, but then it starts to bring back so many memories of, you know, your childhood and all the family that you have in the state and what it would mean to be able to have the opportunity to do what you talked about when you're just a young kid and play football for your home state and, you know, put on a performance and win a ton of football games. And it's excitement, it's motivation. I already feel like I have a high motor, but it just makes me, you know what I mean, want to work harder, train harder, do everything possible to help bring that type of glory back to the city again.
Okay, so we're going to see another level of Justin Reid here with the Saints. But you said you wanted to play here, hometown, Louisiana, and you went to Stanford for college?
Yeah. I know that throws everybody for a loop. So a couple of things went into that. One was at the time, my older brother, who most people know, LSU guy, who was playing for the 49ers. And right there in Palo Alto was like, you know, 20-minute drive away. And then it was just a good situation. Like I wanted to, in some ways, blaze my own trail. I wouldn't he's always helped me, but I wanted to like go and make a name for myself in like another situation. So I ended up taking that trip out to California. But yeah, I had this opportunity in front of us here to now come back and now I get to play for the Saints.
When you saw the Saints win the Super Bowl, where were you?
Oh yeah, I was at home with I got a big time football family. Like most people, like everyone watching this podcast, I'm sure my mom played football. You know what I mean? Huge football family. Like we have a family group chat that everything is always about what's going on in the NFL and what moves are being made and, you know, how these games went. So we had a big family gathering at my uncle's place and watched the game there. And one of those moments like, you know, you never forget where you are. Yeah.
Did you come in for the parade?
No, I was too young to come for the parade.
But you have experienced a couple Super Bowl parades.
Yeah.
When you do get to that game and you win it twice and you get to celebrate everything that goes into it, how do you walk away from that and like turn that into motivation for the next year?
Yeah, it just makes you hungry for more. Like after you get your first and it's like the best feeling ever, and then it's like you're just hunting for it again. Like that's all you want, like to have an opportunity to do it again, to be in that moment. I mean, that feeling only lasts like maybe 2 weeks, you know, but the whole rest of the 50 weeks of the calendar year, you're just planning, like everything in you just wants to get back to that and to do it again. So I've never been a guy that's, you know, rested on what's happened before in the past or, you know what I mean? Just like rolled it out there. It's like, no, we're going to grind. We're going to work for this. We're going to bring guys with us. We're going to make this a family effort and we're going to go get it. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what this is. It's like just motivation, just continue to keep raising the bar and, you know, go do it again.
You want to have a different taste in your mouth going back to the Superdome?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't want to end with don't plan on having many L's in the Superdome anymore.
There we go. So how are you going to do it? What do you need to bring to this team?
First and foremost is the tape's got to show up on the field. Like I'm a communicator. I'm a physical guy, making plays on the ball. I think that bringing calmness to everyone around me by being loud, being vocal, people being confident that I'm going to go out and take care of my responsibility, my job. If I got this guy, I'm going to take him off the board and I'm going to trust you to go take your guy off the board. If you have your one-on-one matchup, you just go win it, and just help him build a culture that is conducive to winning. You know what I mean? Because everything, if you're not intentional about your habits and the culture you build, then the culture is being built anyway. It's just being built the wrong way. So being intentional about everything, diet, exercise, training, film study, not only for myself, but bringing other guys around to continue to do that. And then once you build that tight-knit culture, the results will start showing up on the field, So yeah, bringing all of that.
When did you start turning the page to being that leader?
Probably pretty early in my career in Houston. Every year, my time in Houston, I had like a new head coach 3 out of the 4 years. I had a new partner, co-pilot safety, my first 5 years in the league. And then it came around pretty quickly. I think my 3rd year with the Texans, I was the longest tenured player on the roster. You know what I mean? Aside from John Weeks and Kaimi, the snapper and the kicker, I was the longest senior player on the roster. So, you start, taking your pride. You want, wherever you're at, you want to play well, and you want that franchise to do well. So, probably around then, and then just took it to another level, arriving in Kansas City. Started off in a situation with 5 rookies, and I knew going into that situation that we were going to need these guys, and it won't just be about what I do for the team, which is, always important, but how well can I prepare the guys around me so that everyone's playing at a high level and we're able to go out and execute, and we don't have those big explosive plays happening against us. You take all of those off the board and make it really difficult for opposing teams to come in and beat you. And then, from there, it's just been, just continuing to do that and, always finding ways to get better. Never thinking that one leadership style works across all situations, but doing things that, are intentional for each dude to help them be their best version of themselves.
Lucky for you, Cam Jordan is here.
Yeah.
This will be his 15th year, so you will not be the youngest person on the defensive side.
Yeah, the oldest. Yeah.
No, but it'd be a while for you to have to get to that point.
Yeah.
You replaced Tyrann Mathieu when you were at Kansas City, and now you get to play alongside him again.
Yeah.
What is that?
Bringing it back together.
Yeah.
Tyrann was with Houston my rookie year. So he was the vet in the room. Him and my older brother played LSU football together. So my family and his family has always known each other. And, he was a guy that, every kid always looked up to. And he got to be the veteran in the room when I came into the league. And I got to learn behind him and, see how he did things. And he taught a lot of guys, including myself, how to be a professional. You know what I mean? So we built a good chemistry. And, now we're both veterans in the league. And we get to keep on building that and run it right back.
Does he have the best nickname?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I don't even remember how that got started at LSU. That people start calling me Honey Badger. Jay Reid. Some people call me the assassin because I be taking people out of the game. Yeah. Legally.
How do you flip that switch? Because you seem like a pretty nice guy.
You just save it all up for when you get on the field. I pride myself on being humble and approachable. I can hold a conversation with anybody. But when it comes to being on the field, you put that helmet on, you represent that logo. That's exactly what it is. It's a switch. You kind of turn to a different person. Hey, I'm out there and trying to wreak havoc.
And you're willing to do anything, like kick?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll kick.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't be a good idea for anybody. I'll play quarterback. You know what I mean? Put me out there. I'll do whatever it takes. Because one of the greatest things that I want to be known for on top of performance is I want to be, when everyone talks about me, I want to be the greatest teammate that they ever played with. You know what I mean? That guy was a great teammate, and he made me a better teammate, and just buying into doing things for the team.
So back in 2022, when you had to fill in as the kicker,
yeah,
you did pretty good.
I did decent.
Yeah,
I did halfway decent.
1 or 2 from extra.
I've been working on that too. Yeah.
You've been working on it.
Yeah. Always got to stay ready. Yeah.
What position would you not volunteer for?
Long snapper.
Why?
That is a tough position. Long snappers are like what, 220, and they got, Domicon sub lined up in front of them, or, you know what I mean? They really just get bullied a lot of times. It's nah, I don't need to do that.
You're pretty athletic, though, across the board. You like to dabble in other sports. You
Yeah.
play a lot of golf.
Play a lot of golf.
What's your
Grew up playing
handicap?
soccer. Needs to be better.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
not
don't want to
horrible.
tell us.
Yeah, not horrible. It needs to be better. We're working on that.
You grew up playing
You're right.
soccer.
Yeah. So was an attacking mid in soccer. That was my childhood passion. Before I switched over to football, and then I did everything. I was on a swim team. I was on a baseball team. I did track and field. I bowl. Like if it's a game, then I want to play it.
I saw you threw out the first pitch for the Royals.
Yeah,
You got to do
strike.
that, of course. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure there's video. We can check that.
I took a shot. I took a shot for the Rockets too. Swish. I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2.
Okay, and you drove an IndyCar.
Yeah, but that was a ride along. I didn't wreck it.
Oh,
though.
you didn't drive it.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you have to do that. Well, maybe when you're done playing football.
Yeah, I mean, my buddy Rajat Karuth is a big-time upcoming IndyCar driver, NASCAR driver.
Okay.
So maybe we can trade whips for a day.
Yeah. You have done a lot in football. Outside of football, family is very important to you.
Absolutely.
You brought a ton of them here today. They're going to be close. I'm sure you're going to be asking people for extra tickets every single game.
Mm-hmm.
How big is the clan going to be?
Oh boy, I don't even want to think about that. Like for Super Bowl, we probably had like 2 rows of people.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was.
And now you have a new addition.
Yeah.
So you just had a little
My
one.
star player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy or girl?
Baby girl. She's currently 7 weeks old. About to be 8 weeks, I think, tomorrow.
So what has that done for you? How does it change you? Are you a big softie now?
Yeah. She having a baby girl really, like, more than anything, it teaches you patience. You know what I mean? Because like everything was always so go, go, go. But it's kind of nice that like you got a good reason to kind of just stay present in the moment, you know, with your little baby. And, you know, babies cry like anything else, but when you have that look, when they look up at you and they're just locked in on your face, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just the best feeling.
It's funny, I was talking to Tyron Matthew, and he has a couple kids, but the little girl, he's like wrapped around my finger. She can do anything. She's going to be a problem because she knows it.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get some advice from him in that regard.
Yeah.
You mentioned being able to come back to the city. What do you love about it, and what are you looking forward to most about being back here?
Yeah, I love the personality and the culture. I love how I feel like people like express themselves with such creative ways and like are truly themselves. Like you don't have, like you're not behind a mask, you know what I mean? Like, so like people are just authentic, and then, oh my God, the food. Like there's nothing like, we've been here and all we've been doing is eating the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just catching up on all the restaurants that me and my lady haven't been able to go to in a long time. So yeah.
Okay, I saw that you designed t-shirts.
Yeah.
What are the Saints t-shirts going to look like?
You know what? So every t-shirt has a story. So all like when the story comes, like there's going to be a moment at some point in the season that it's going to be like, damn, that's a really dope moment that like I feel like everyone likes and can relate to, and then we'll probably make something out of that.
How quickly do we turn these?
They can get done pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did it start?
Hey, you know, we can get them in, you know, the Saints Pro Shop. Yeah, I got experience doing that.
Entrepreneur over here.
Yeah, so it started when we were getting ready to play the AFC Championship game against the Baltimore Ravens. And nobody gave us a chance. They thought that the Baltimore was going to just run the ball down our throat, right? So made these T-shirts because just wanted every guy in the building, especially on the defensive side of the ball, to just buy into the game plan. Like, hey, it doesn't matter what any of the chatter is. None of those people matter. The only people that matter are the people that can hear my voice in this room. You know what I mean? We all we got and we all we need. You know what I mean? So we made the T-shirts just to have a physical representation of that. Gave them to the guys pregame, and we went and dominated the run. And then, yeah, that was en route to the second Super Bowl. So just see cool moments or like cool opportunities that's like, hey, this is a special moment that like either you want to enshrine or you're trying to get a message across to the guys, and just go and make something.
Well, I look forward to the first one.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You mentioned dominating the run. You're one of the best run defenders in the league. Maybe something the Saints can work on this upcoming season. So what are you going to do to help elevate that part of the game?
Yeah. When everyone like every great offensive game plan is like, okay, how can we get our running back on the DBs? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's every offense's game plan. And I take that personally. It's like, hey, you think you're going to try and target one of the guys in this room? Like you're going to come out here, you're going to get cut in half. You know what I mean? So you got to do that by example first. Like always early in the game, I try and do something that's going to let the other team know it's going to be a long ass day. Like you're going to try, like you better know where I am because I'm coming for you. Right? And then that gets other guys juiced up. And then, if you start having the DBs cut the run game in half, there is no run game. When your DBs are tackling, there is no run game because teams can't, you know, who they're going to run the ball on.
What excites you about Brandon Staley and the way that he schemes up his defense? Yeah,
I like that. I like that he keeps it versatile. 3-4 system. I like that we have what we do, but we have a lot of change-ups.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you're not just sitting ducks in a coverage because quarterbacks in this league are too smart. Offensive coordinators in this league are too smart. If they know you're just doing the same plain vanilla defense over and over and over, anybody's going to be able to pick that apart, you know. But we do some things, and yes, like playing against them and seeing the Chargers defense.
Yeah.
They set up some plays and are able to create some pressures in dynamic ways. And I think that I'm a versatile player and I'd be able to help him get really creative with what he wants to do. You know what I mean? Be able to send guys into pressures, not just like replace them or send me on a pressure or whatever it is. So I think that it'll be fun that we can get creative and, you know, just be an aggressive, dominant defense.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of fun that is coming up this next season with some of the players that are here, some new coaches, running out of the tunnel for the first time, being on the home side at the Dome.
I just want to hear the chant.
The chant.
The chant. That's what I'm looking forward to more than anything. First home game, coming out and hearing the chant and like not being able to hear myself think because it's so loud. Like those moments when I was in the stands watching the game.
Yeah.
That was always like my favorite, you know?
Okay, so first home game, the fans better be ready to cheer loud.
Yeah.
So this vision comes to life for you.
Yeah, that 12th man stuff, that's real.
Yeah.
That's like real life momentum. Like, you guys really make a difference.
What would you like to say to Saints fans?
Oh, man. Saints fans. Oh, boy. Feel like I've been part of the family my whole life, and I took a vacation, and now I'm right back home. So, can't wait to be on the field for you guys. Can't wait to show you everything that I got and bring a lot of wins to New Orleans.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been awesome to meet you, and welcome to the team.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Thanks for listening to the New Orleans Saints podcast, presented by SeatGeek. Join us 3 times per week on NewOrleansSaints.com, the Saints mobile app, or you can download the podcast on iTunes. We'll see you next time, right here on the New Orleans Saints podcast, presented by SeatGeek.